Here's what the Morgan dollars look like when they come in the coin shop. I'm going to share these with you. We're going to talk about are Morgan dollars a good investment and a few other things about Morgan dollars and the values and grading and condition and clean coins and things like that. So maybe it'll help you out with something when it comes to buying Morgan dollars. My name is Daniel and you're watching Coin Help You. And obviously I own a coin shop and I buy a lot of Morgan dollars. It is my favorite coin. The first coin I remember holding when I was 3 years old. I probably held other coins, but for some reason, when my little 3-year-old hands learned how to put the fingers on the edges of that coin, my dad showed me that. It's been something I've always liked, the sound of, the feel of, the look of. So I have a little affinity for the Morgan dollars, and I want to share these with you. I want to do this video. I want to bring you into my little world, and we're going to talk about these beauties. So let's do this. I want to show you something that goes way back. This is eBay back in the day. This is 2002. And this is what I used to see. This brings back memories. You can go to the coins category here, but the pages are gone. You can't look at prices. But I do remember I was buying Morgan dollars and peace dollars for under $10 sometimes, and most certainly under $20. And I knew that if I could get one under $20 off eBay, I could usually resell it for, and make a couple of dollars, resell it for around $20, $22. I remember going to the flea markets and buying them. But this is the way back time machine. You can click on the US. The page is not there, unfortunately. I wish we could. I wish we could see the old eBay listings with images. Maybe someone's got screenshots. I just wanted to share that. So it's the Wayback Machine. You can look at what sites used to look like back in the day. So here's Morgan dollars that I have. I'm going to show you some of these, a lot of these actually. I'm going to talk about them first. At the coin shop, when we purchase Morgan and peace dollars, this is what they look like. This is how they come in the coin shop. And some of them are toned, some of them are really nice coins. This is an example of a Morgan dollar that could come in the coin shop and potentially be submitted for grading. Now, a lot of coin dealers would want to get rid of the toning that's on the coin and make it a little more bright white, and they would use EZS or something like that. It's not a bad habit of using a little acetone on coins to make sure they don't have any tape or PVC residue on them or anything like that. But like I said, I don't recommend anyone doing it, just anyone doing it. I mean, acetone can't hurt your coins, but the point of it is when you own a coin shop and you're going through coins and you're submitting coins, you've got to do certain things or you're just going to waste your money. But this would be submittable. Probably a mint state 64 coin. A little bit closer and take a look at it. You can see that the cheeks are fairly clean. Now you want to hold a coin at an angle. So you can see the marks. That's how you grade a Morgan dollar. Sometimes people don't hold it at enough of an angle. You can see the scuffs. Now you can take lighting and take a picture of this coin and make it look like it's a 65. Put it up on the eBay and sell it for more money, without the grading fees. But that's not how I do things here. I can see that this coin is not quite gem, but it's pretty close. In some instances it might be, but I think 64 is definitely on the mark for this one. Then we have, like I said, this is about Morgan dollars, but like I said, peace dollars are also part of the game because they come in at a coin shop together a lot. This is a 23S. It's a nice coin. Obviously, it's a little darker. It looks like it has some lines here on it. Like I said, when you hold it at the angles, you can see a lot of things that you would miss straight on. That's why images and manipulated images are bad things online. You want to know what you're getting. You want to know what you're buying. And we have another one this one's artificial toned. A lot of people will clean a coin like this, dip it out, and then it'll look so cleaned and they think the cleaning did it. No, you remove the retoning. The coin was already cleaned. That's why people don't always know, and they think, oh, I've ruined my coin. This coin's already pretty much ruined because it's been cleaned, it's retoned, it has scratches on it. It's still worth more than, silver melt because we're looking at what, $18 right now or somewhere around that area for silver, $16 and is the melt, 90% silver. So I do want to tell a story while we're looking at some of these coins. And I was asked to come over to a person's house that I work with. Now, this was years ago when I was moonlighting on eBay and on the weekends. I was still working at the prison as a prison guard. And one of the guys that was my friends I went to the academy with, he invited me over because his dad passed away and he had some Morgan dollars. And he had some coins and wanted me to appraise them. So I appraised them. He decided that I was offering enough. I think $10 to $12 for them back then, because we're talking silver was like $3 or $4 an ounce. And he thought he'd just sell a few of them. So he sold a few of them to me. He kept the better ones. I showed you which ones were the better ones. It's a 1921. You get a lot of these in there too. 1921 D, and there's a D mint mark. It's really small. The only D mint mark until recently, 2021. Anyways, he sold me the lower grade stuff, the not so good ones. And a few weeks later, someone else at the prison pulled me over to their control center, and they asked me if I bought coins from them, and I said yes. And he said, well, I bought some from him. Looks like you bought the better stuff and left me with the junk, and I paid $13 a piece for them. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he got mad at me, saying that I basically set him up to buy the junk for too much. He paid too much for them. He had checked online and found out that he could have got them cheaper and all this. And I didn't even have anything to do with it. And I thought, $13? I said, dude, listen, that is a very good deal. You are going to quadruple your money in the future. I said, I'm not a financial advisor or anything. I said, but you're going to make money on those coins in the future. They're not going to go down. Things are going to happen eventually, because they always do. So, that was over 20 years ago. Now, I didn't do anything wrong to this person at all. This has got some stuff on it. But yeah, they are sitting on, if they still have those coins, they can really make some money on them. I saw them, I appraised them. Some of them are a little bit better. This coin has debris on it. It has to be restored. You can't leave it like that. That's some type of glue. But yes, they are, and it's actually an S. So it's a 96S. So that's a better date. You're talking about a coin that is going to be worth more than average. A lot of these coins, though, are going to sell for, $65 and less is what I would sell them for. Some of these are going to be in the $30 range, $35 really. $35 is about the least I could go, except for some of the really warm ones. Every once in a while, you can, like on these here, you can sell them, $25 to $28. So basically, you're looking at, $30 and up for most of these. Some of these will be $28. But it's hard to purchase them for less. I know on eBay and online, sometimes you can buy them for $25 to $21s, or some of these bad condition, lower condition ones. But a coin like this, you're not going to pay that. You're going to pay at least $35, $45 for a coin like this. I'm paying basically $35 if someone brings in a coin like this or better. I'll pay more. I try to pick out the best ones. Like I showed you this one, I pay more for it. But the thing of it is they've been, they do bang around, they touch each other. But yes, I do feel like the Morgan dollars are the better investment as far as silver is concerned overall. I just think it is, as far as being 90% silver, always being something that is collectible, in demand, people want, easy to sell. The premium, is higher, but they're just so much easier to sell. They have a dollar denomination. So I do highly recommend collecting the Morgan dollars. I prefer pre-21, but the 21s, the 21 D and S, if you look on the back, you start putting those, pulling those out instead of just the regular 21s, which is no mint markers, Philadelphia, just the S and pick out the S and the Ds, because those are a little more desirable. They're a little lower mintage. There's less of a survival rate in the higher grades because they circulated more than the Philadelphia counterparts. That's one reason. There was a lot of melts of these. There's a lot of 21s in here. Trying to show you some of these as we go along. But Morgan dollars, even the graded Morgan dollars, right now, I'm not saying that it's the best investment when prices were up really high. Premiums were really starting to skyrocket on the graded examples, and that's kind of started to settle out. But hopefully it stays at a certain level here. But what you're looking at is like I said, that story I was telling you where he bought them for $13. Now 20 some years later, if you go 20 some years in the future, the same thing can happen. These are not going to stay low in value. They're not going to, go down too much. Long term, I know everybody hears that and it's common sense, but long term is what you want to do with this. You want to stay in it as long as you can. And if you ever plan on cashing out, then you should get a return on these if you keep them long enough. People that purchased these before COVID came along, they make a lot of money on their coins. They bring them in and they make some money on them. The problem is where you're buying it from. This is an example of that. This is, I believe, a Blanchard Holder. Yeah, it's got the B. This coin has been cleaned. It's 21D. I didn't put the mint mark up here on it, but it says brilliant uncirculated. That coin is not even close to brilliant uncirculated, but they probably would have charged anywhere from $39.95 for this coin to $69.95. And I might be a little high on the $69.95, but you're looking around the $50 range for this coin. Okay, let's just say that's what they charge for it. You know how long it's going to take you to get 50 bucks. I just don't see where you're going to ever get 50 bucks out of it. Because it's cleaned. If it was a problem-free coin all day long, 21D, yeah. But see, this, I just can't, brilliant uncirculated. This is what happens. You take a coin like this and you can manipulate the images and make it look all smooth and nice with dodging and smudging and all that in Photoshop and sell it. And people pay $100 for it because of the 21D, thinking they're getting a brilliant uncirculated. You can fool too many people. You've got to watch. You just have to watch what you're doing. This is another example. This is a clean coin. 100%. It's retoned a little bit. That's been smoothed, tooled. Here's some artificially toned coins. This one here is. It's nice, but what do you do with it? You sell it to somebody artificially toned at an auction and let it go, right? That's what we do on our site. That's the best thing to do. Try to make it as fair as possible. And the only thing is people overbid on this stuff. And just bid what you want to bid, and then let it go at that. This is a dark tone. Most people just collect it. They'll want this for, calls just to throw back in a roll. So they got rolls of them. They come in like that. They come in holders like this. This is another example of a circulated coin it definitely looks like it's been cleaned a little bit. And it's a 21D, but it's AU. You see the $52 on that? Man, maybe this one, you could get close to that since it does have some, eye appeal to it, but it's lacking in a lot of other ways. But so this is another example of a cleaned coin. I can show you. So most of these that come in are like this, and I don't call them junk dollars or anything like that, but they're basically worth, a little premium over their silver medal. They come in holders like this. Very few of these are going to be nice coins. Now, I don't sell these online because I have people who come in the coin shop and buy these. I don't buy enough of them to unload them online. I wouldn't even have any left if I put them up online. But anyways, talking about buying the choicest coins, the unclean coins, that's going to be your best investment in the Morgan dollars. These, like I said, these are the 21s. And a lot of people did not like the 21s, especially the 21 with the Philadelphia without a mint mark. It's one of those coins that was minted in high numbers, and it just kind of like just nobody cared about it. But that's changed a lot, especially with the mint mark, the D and the S mint mark ones. But people would prefer to have pre-21s. This is an example. It's a pretty nice, original-looking coin. Not clean. That's what it looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's not high grade, but then here you got this right here. More than likely, someone has probably dipped this at one time and did not rinse it properly. So then again, you might have a questionable coin again. So you run into that a lot in this business. A lot. Here's another example of artificially toned coin. It has some nice eye appeal to the toning, but the coin itself has been cleaned in the past. I've done several videos on the best coin investments, whether it be silver rounds. Your generic silver rounds is your best 0.99, but your best 90% by far is going to be your Morgan dollars. These are examples of coins that are, this is a AU, which is almost uncirculated. It's the 78S. It's not a bad looking coin. This is an example of a coin that is probably more than likely cleaned and is retoned. And you're looking at extra fine on this one. Yeah, that's definitely been cleaned. It's been probably dipped or just some type of chemicals on it at one time. This is another example of a clean coin. This is AU, but if you dip this coin out, it would even look more cleaned. And that's what happens with certain individuals who do this. Now, if you look, this one here, it looks like it might be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 7, 5, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7 tail feathers. So it's the 7, 5 or something like that. So I'm going to have to check that one out because it is a variety, but you can see the extra tail feathers down here. Let's see if we can a little bit closer. They changed the tail feathers. You can see that. So that's pretty cool, but it's just a clean coin. But someone might want that as a hole filler. I still like them. Doesn't matter. Still like these Morgan dollars. No matter what condition they're in, I like them. This one here is really close. If you want to look on the back when you're grading these, you see some of the breast feathers, then you got to call it AU. So I'd call that AU 50. This one here, it's probably a little weakly struck. What is the net mark is Philadelphia. You got enough on the back, probably call it AU 50 as well. Here's another one. Probably extra fine 45 on this one. Here's another cleaned example. This one would also be, this one has been smoothed a little bit, so it could get extra fine 40, but probably very fine 35 is what I'd throw on that one. 99.0. Here's another 1900. This one here would definitely be AU, but it's been clean. Look at the marks in the front of this coin here. You can see the lines when I hold it. So if you could see some of the breast feathers, a lot of the breast feathers, you're going to have an AU coin. If the breast feathers, or at least the area where the breast is supposed to have feathers, if it's smooth, you're probably looking at extra fine or less. This is a clean coin as well. A lot of people have trouble identifying the clean coins. Some of them are more obvious than others. Some of them have just one little mark. It doesn't take much. This one here I would consider clean. It's an 03, so it's worth more. So you're looking at something that's worth in the $60, $70 range, but it's been cleaned. And it's definitely AU, even though the breast is kind of smooth, because it's kind of a weaker struck coin on the reverse there. Weak struck, when you're looking at it, is like a rounded smoothness. This one here doesn't have too much of a smoothness on it. It's just hard to see because of the light reflections. Here's another example, cleaned, 79. And you get these coins in, and some people look at them and think, well, that's a nice coin, isn't it? Isn't it nice? Man, I got some nice Morgans, and they bring them out and they look like this. You don't really know what to tell them because, you got to be honest and say, look, I'm not trying to downgrade your coins, but these have been cleaned, so I have to pay less. You can't pay up for coins that's going to be, something you got to discount to even sell them. Here's a 96. And a lot of these will just go into scratch and dent lots. It's not that we have trouble selling them. I don't have trouble selling them Morgan dollars. I'm not in a hurry to sell them Morgan dollars. That's the thing. So we've looked at a bunch of clean ones here, kind of graded them a little bit. Another extra fine. Now we want to look at some nicer coins, some nicer examples here. I've got calls. I've got a lot of low-grade coins as well, but we're going to look at some nice ones here. So this one I would call Mint State 64. It's a nice 99. Oh, too bad it's not a 99. That'd be worth some money. It's a nice coin. That'd be coin that I might consider submitting if I had a bunch of coins to go with it. Not by itself, because it's not going to be worth that much. 64 is basically what, $120. And if you pay somebody $50 for this coin or $45 for this coin, then you've got your fees on top of it. You can still make some money though, but it's a gamble. And you want to be able to send off more than just one. This one here, I'm going to call it a 61 or 2. It's got a good gash there on the cheek. And here's the reverse. All around nice coin, has a little die clash there. That's what that is. Die clashes are pretty common on Morgan dollars. Then we have this one here. And it's a nice one. It has nice, close to dimple, deep mirror proof-like obverse. But I'm still questionable on it being cleaned. And the reverse is not proof-like. So to me, I wouldn't submit something like this, because if you like it, that's the main thing. This is another nice Morgan, Mint State 63-ish. And I got a couple more here I do want to show you that are bad shape. Coins like this come in proof-like holders and all kinds of, it's just it's basically a coil. It does need to be restored, get some of that removed off of it. And here's another one. There's so much light reflection, it's hard to get it to focus. It really plays tricks with my camera. It's definitely a polished coin. It's not a proof or anything like that. It's also always good to know how to grade coins appropriately. Like these are basically, fair to, but they have some issues. But it's a 92cc, like a fair to AG3. Coins like that. It's good to know those. It's got graffiti on it. This one, X is marked on it. It's unfortunate, but these coins do provide someone with a hole filler. Unfortunately, they've just been damaged, been X'd out. You get a lot of coins like that in stock. Here's some good examples. These are what you call coals, and coals are coins that have damage. The nose has been completely removed off this coin, but it still would be approximately good details. This one's very fine details, close to EF. Some of them have been altered to the point where it's hard to grade them. This one's in the VG range. This one's good. And this one here also I would consider good. You can imagine these coins have circulated and what they've went through, what they've been through. This one's a nice VG, G6 area. And when you're grading coins, man, you got to settle on that grade. And sometimes you're going to say G6. This is a G, G4, good 4. When I say good 4, we're doing the Sheldon scale 1 through 70. We don't use all of them, but this is what I'm doing here. This one would be fine. See a little more of the hairline there. Fine 12. Very good 10. I mean, it's really close. Some of them are borderline. What do you do when they're borderline? You got to either go up or down, and you got to use the reverse and maybe the edge, maybe an extra mark. This one here looks like it's close to, it's very good. Yeah, but it's been clean. Like I said, they've got some problems. So there's a few of those. We've already seen some AUs cleaned. I wanted to show you some lower grades, kind of help you on how to grade the lower grade coins. This one has a large graffiti on it, a very fine 20, low very fine. And that's the thing, you got very fine 20 all the way to very fine 38, but we only use very fine 20, 25, 30, and 35. So you got to figure out where the split grade is on that and just decide on what you're going to put on the coin. There's another G6. Clean coin there. So it runs the gamut. We get all kinds of different coins in stock. And they're just different grades, different conditions. They all don't look the same. Here's a few with a little bit of toning on them, but they're nicer coins. But the problem is as a coin dealer, and I know a lot of people will have bad things to say about this, but when you want to sell a coin like this, it's got a little damage on it. It will sell better if you get rid of this toning. You can reverse the toning by removing it without hurting what's natural that's left on it. This is very weakly struck. You see how rounded it is? That's how you know it's weakly struck. Well, look at the reverse. It's rounded. Wear is flat. I was showing you the other coins. Wear is flat. Let me see if I can show you the difference here. Do you see there's a little bit of wear and it's flat? Okay, so this coin here is in the AU range. Okay. This one, you see how it's rounded? It looks different. Can you tell the difference in the wear and weak strike? It didn't fill the die cavity completely, so it's rounded. That's the difference. Here's the reverse. See, this is a lower grade than this one, but this one has more wear than this one. This one has more wear than this one. So anyways, like I said, these coins come in bags. They were shoveled. at the mint, the planchets were, I mean, we're talking about a lot of, damage in that way, but not damaged enough to where they weren't collectible. Some of them made it through it pretty good and are gradable. Obviously, we've got plenty of graded examples out there. So there's a little show and tell in my little world of Morgan dollars. To me, they are probably the best silver coin investment there is. I mean, bar none, in my opinion. There's better deals per silver on 0.99 stuff. And yeah, you can buy Franklin Mint stuff and world coins and silver like that. But for me, these are easy to resell if you have to. And if you hang on to them, they'll be worth more in the future. Almost guaranteed. I mean, I can't imagine a day when these aren't going to be worth more money because they're large silver dollars and people really do enjoy them. And we do have new people coming in the hobby. It's just a different hobby. It's changed. You just have to adapt to it. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.